Yes. I was on my way to retaliation in the Black's Law Dictionary. Yes. But there's what's known as the public liability insurance. See, liability insurance under insurance. Yes. Mhm. Now, this liability insurance of each and every county, let's say that I'm right. And every one of these court hearings that you've had since July 8th of 2011 was because my wife did know about me before she married me and she had information that I didn't have. Yeah. She agreed to be married for 10 years and we had 5 sons. But she was in the family. Yes. And it wasn't really a truthful marriage because she agreed that she would stay married. And then she made up a story on Guam where I was alleged to have committed domestic violence and child abuse. I went through diversion, 7 hours of parenting classes. But when she got here, you issued a protection order where you gave custody of my sons to my wife that did have knowledge that I was actually a very wealthy man. Then you reissued it on the 22nd, Brent Basden, without any actual notice or opportunity to be heard for myself. Yes. And then she made some declarations about how he's crazy and he tried to beat the shit out of her and all kinds of other lies. Yes. And then Judge Ken Williams issued a protection order. Yes. For 1 year. When I was on probation from Guam, the jurisdiction of the arrest. Yes. And then Judge Ken Williams issued a dissolution of marriage in 2012. Right. My wife had me arrested for the allegation of violating the protection order. Yes. And I didn't. I was found not guilty. Yes. Now, this comment entry, yes, in case information cover sheet, right. She has me arrested on Memorial Day of May of 2012. And you, Brent Baston, reissued the protection order because of the allegation that I violated it. But you weren't the judge of the trial. And it was enforceable until August 12th of 2011. When I would no longer have been on probation, the arrest record would have been sealed, yes. The court docket would have been sealed, yes. And the evaluator's evaluations would have been sealed, yes. And you never had any domestic violence or child abuse in the state of Washington. Now, you decided to reissue it by minute order, yes. That happens to be in violation of the requirements of the RCWs of the state of Washington, yeah. That you give me 5 judicial days prior to court hearings. But you didn't really attempt service on me, did you, Sheriff? No. Sheriff Joe Hall. Now, I'm just wanting to make sure because when you issued this, who was it that had jurisdiction over the dissolution of marriage? Judge Ken Williams. Yes. Superior Court judge. Had been a Superior Court judge for 25 years. Yes. Now, Superior Court Judge Ken Williams, you might have remembered the Holst family property in Clallam County. Now, Elmer and Verna had a piece of property, as did Ray and Sue Holst. Now, when I was arrested, you served me at the same moment. That was a wrongful execution of dissolution of marriage. Now, it seems that you've been having court hearings that are fraudulent, yes, to cover up what knowledge Heidi had about me before we were married. Yes, she'd been married 2 times before. Yes, once to a Bosma, yes, and the other to a logger named Hodges, where she had a biological daughter named Jessica Lee Hodges. Yes, I think Jessica was born in Clallam County. Yes, could you get now? Just looking at it, yes. The amount of fraud, yes. Now, at that time, you had no jurisdiction of law to issue a protection order because I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. I was on unsupervised probation when I got here, where I was ordered to not contact the petitioner or the minors named. Yes. And I didn't violate the provisions of that probation order. Now, when I told you that I wanted you to remove this right now, I'm going to sue every individual that happens to be an employee of this local government. Yes, Jefferson County's local government. Hooch. Every county of every sheriff in the state of Washington. And every judge, every attorney that has sworn, we would not leave any citizen defenseless or oppressed. Now, I do find it oppressive that I had to call the public defender's office. Now, these bar associations, it's going to be one of those multi-hundred-billion-dollar days. Give me the liability insurance for every, because I'm suing you for all your fucking insurance. Do you understand? Now, these public lands, yes. I think that I have a lot of land. Federal public laws are first published in the statutes at large and eventually collected by subject in the United States Code. I just told you about the United States Code. Ooh. And the United States Code that says it's unreasonable and vexatious, yes, to have court hearings where you don't protect the due process rights of the respondent. Because a court wants to say I'm crazy for knowing my own grandmother, yes, my own grandfather, yes, my own aunts and uncles, yes, my own wife. Now, for some stupid fucking reason, you seem to think that as long as you obstruct my rights,